Welcome to the nation. Move this out of y'all way. Welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, Mr. Monster Man Rocco. Not only am I your host, I'm your tour guide. I'm the president. I'm the king around here. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta hit the bell for all notifications. If you trying to be a taxpaying citizen, then I would advise you to leave a super thanks or super chat, depending on where you're watching this, or a cash app. They all suffice. We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do y'all. It's all good. Ain't nobody tripping, and y'all don't be listening. Um, the cash app tag will be in the description, along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than to hear me yap. Some people be complaining. Some people be in the comments talking about, get back to the music. Shut up. Click the link or copy and paste the link. Bandcamp. All of the mixtapes is there from Nonviolent Rocco all the way back to Shell Shock. Nonviolent Rocco ain't actually a mixtape. It's it's more of a compilation tape that I did for I literally did that for other people hating. You know what I'm saying? Complaining ass niggas talking about why all your music always so violent. So I just put together a playlist of songs you can play in front of the kids and the grandparents, and nobody will be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to Status Boom. You hear the audio? Salute to you. I, you're a real one. I could tell you've been around for a little while. Um, See, was somebody complaining about the audio? Was somebody in the comments saying they couldn't hear it? Anyway, as I was saying, Nonviolent Rocko all the way back to Shell Shock. All of that's on the Bandcamp link. Um, what else? When leaving comments, we like to refer to it as tagging up on the walls, writing your names in graffiti on the walls, or whatever. So it's all welcome here. Monster Nation is a hip hop nation, and just spell things correctly. Well, you can spell things phonetically if you choose to. Just not our names. Just not the names of our dignitaries and our legends and our nobles. It's monster, not monster. It's a no er. Helter Skelter is not what it is. It's Helter Skelter. Helter Skelter is incorrect. Helter Skelter is incorrect. It's no e's and r's. It's a's and h's. Um, Rock is spelled R-O-C-K. A K is 1,000. I need all my thousands. Unless you're a Crip. I give Crips a pass, but you got to put a little cuh or something. Do one of the things y'all do that so we know. I understand y'all CK politics. Y'all ain't gonna be writing that and all. I get it. But yeah, if you don't want to out yourself, then spell it right. You know what I mean? Also, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. We are pause practitioners. We are professional pause practitioners. You know what I'm saying? Poised in the perfectionistic, if that's even a word, performance of the pause practice profusely. You understand what I'm saying? Joyce, did you just not spell click wrong? Okay, yeah, so click is spelled C-L-I-K. Salute to you though, but I just and this is what and I don't blame y'all unless you do it on purpose, but this is an indication of the fact that we ain't big enough. I ain't big enough. Nobody misspells Method Man, Ghostface Killer. Nobody ever spells Ghostface Killer with the E and R. They always remember the A and the H. You know what I'm saying? So I put it, I got to do more work. Anyway, but just remember that. It's for search. It's not because I'm petty. It's for search engine purposes. You know, when you have people, you don't want to have tourists in here typing in the wrong thing and all of that. They try to spread the gospel back to their own nation, and they doing it wrong. You go in the search engine and then you look at, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's BCC though, not BBC, please. Why do you hate? Why do you pause protesters hate pause so much? I say pause to heterosexual situations as well. If I'm talking to my sister, and if I'm talking about my sisters, I'm like, well, one of my sisters that was my first enemy in life. You understand what I'm saying? She was she was on Bullstein from day one. Another one of my sisters, she ride for me, regardless of what. Pause. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, on to the issue. Corey Holcomb. I'm out. I can't. I can't. I'm out. I don't like it. I don't like what you're doing, sir. A lot of new information. Well, it's not new information. It's not new information. It's old information resurfacing. You know what I mean? And I can't get behind this. Pause. Not at all. I can't stand behind this. Um, like I've stated numerous times that I've always been a big fan of Corey Holcomb. You know what I mean? I because I feel like I understand his humor. I feel like a lot of comedians, with the exception of like a few of them, right? I don't want to say most of them, but I know some of like a Dave Chappelle, like a Chris Rock, like a Eddie Murphy don't remind me of nobody. You know what I'm saying? They don't remind me of nobody, but Cat Williams don't remind me of nobody. A lot of comedians you see will remind me of somebody or a character type from my hood, from my upbringing, or from Brownsville somewhere, or my family or whatever. They got a personality that just kind of remind. Nobody was like Martin, but when Martin came out, a lot of people took on Martin's comedy style in the streets. A lot of people started using his rhythm and some of his sayings and in their jokes or whatever. But Corey Holcomb is somebody who remind me of several people in the hood. Well, not several, but some people in the hood. That's a personality type that I was familiar with. That brash, that I don't, listen, man, the hood is full of dirty niggas. And when I say dirty niggas, I don't mean niggas that don't wash. Maybe that too. But I'm talking about niggas who are dirty when it comes down to women. Prevert international. You understand what I'm saying? And there was a time when I could say that I'm a card carrying member or the president of Prevert International, and it not be a bad thing. People would just laugh and giggle. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all like schmecks. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody looked at me crazy for saying that. Right now, if you refer to yourself as a prevert, niggas is gonna look at you crazy, right? I understand a lot of stuff has happened. Things have changed. A lot of things that were cool at a time or that we considered cool, that we accepted, we looked the other way. We might have even laughed at, cheered on, whatever, participated in some of this stuff. It used to be cool. It ain't cool no more, right? So, I mean, it ain't. It ain't cool no more. Like it was a time when if you was the nigga who wouldn't participate in some of this what we consider toxic behavior, now you would get laughed at, or not. Yeah, laughed at, made fun of. You was soft. You understand what I'm saying? You scared of Mitches. You scared of girls. You don't get no buns. You don't get no. You understand what I'm saying? You had to like it was. You were admired if you were able to disrespect women and people and get away with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like that was just it. Just was what it was. And not just women, people. You know what I mean? And you could listen. If you listen to I had to make a mixtape called Nonviolent Rocco because people were complaining about how much all of the disrespect in my raps. That mixtape is an answer to people like that's all you do, because I'm from a place where, and a time where a certain amount of disrespect is celebrated. It's cool. You know why y'all love 50 Cent so much? Why you understand? Y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all all of the disrespectful stuff get all of the numbers on YouTube and all of the sites. Cause a certain amount of disrespect is accepted and celebrated by our culture, right? So, maybe you wasn't familiar with a Corey Holcomb type, but I was, and I found it hilarious. A lot of the foul things he say, I think, but not this shit. Some of the foul things he say, I've said, but not this shit. Nah. I've come to realize that I've come to a place where, in my life, where even the Corey Holcomb types that I accepted in my, that we was cool with it, this, that, and the third, or whatever, growing up. Like I said, I ain't never hear like what these new comments are. They're unredeemable. He need to come up, like he needs to tell us something. Not that he need to do anything, but I'm saying, like, for me, like he would have to explain that and really sincerely like I was joking, be like damn, like you have to really convincingly heartfelt, in a heartfelt statement, explain some of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I believed you was joking, I would just say it's not, it ain't funny. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I would say if I believed you was joking, but it ain't funny. That's too far right there. You know what I'm saying? And I've come to a spot. I'm in a place right now where it's like, yo, I'm not with none of that. Like, some of this thing, like I stated earlier, we accepted a lot of things. A lot of shit was cool, but we got to tighten the reins, B. We got to tighten the reins because, you know, in all reality, a lot of that shit that we thought was cool, it really ain't. It really ain't. It really ain't. You know how you know it ain't cool? Because, all right, let's take the way we used to, let's take the battle of the sexes, man versus woman, or man and woman, not even the battle, right? But when dudes are messing with, let's take the Diddy situation, or a situation like that, where you got somebody talking about, listen, these girls knew what they was getting into, this, that, and the third. Ask yourself, would the Diddy figure, or whoever figure is, Epstein, whoever, would that figure tell them, would they tell the woman or you, when you like, man, I just told her what I told her, she chose, she chose to smash or whatever, right? Did you or could you have told her the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and she would have still smashed? If the answer to that is no, if you was spitting game, then you in the wrong, my nigga. You in the wrong. And we all grew up, like, come on now, we hood niggas, we all done spit some game to a chick at some point. Done deceived the chick out of some buns on some level. No, it wasn't forceful, but you get what I'm saying, right? So if you can admit that, right? Now and if you can admit that, if you're honest with yourself and the world, that you can admit that, then imagine when you look at these big scale, these viral cases, the Diddy's and these ones and all that. Like, nigga, you lied to get some buns from a chick that worked at Walmart. You, maybe not you, but somebody who did. So when you got these executives offering niggas contracts to glow up their life, you know what I'm saying? Give you $1 million, this, that, and the third, and they go ahead and go, all right, bet. How is that different from you saying from you not telling the bitch you lived with your mother in the basement? How is that different? It's different, but it ain't not that. It's not completely different. So I've this. All right. In case y'all don't know, some of the things that Corey has said, some of these, these statements, these clips that have been reappearing, like Corey said, all like I don't even really, I don't really. The reason I don't really want to repeat these things. He was talking real PDF file stuff, talking about one time a chick he used to mess with, her daughter got in crawled in the bed with him. He ain't had no, he wasn't clothes, he ain't had no clothes on or whatever, and like his, I can understand, I can see how that could happen, but then what was your response, nigga? His response was unacceptable. It was unacceptable. I have a daughter. I don't. I'm pretty sure my daughter has never seen me in my underwear. Like, bro, my daughter 11. You talking about some girls, some woman, some chick's 15-year-old daughter climbed in the bed with you and this, that, and the third, and bro, you know I would go to jail for that, right? You know that it's niggas out here who are as evolved as myself. I consider myself to be an enlightened Negro, very evolved from where I used to be. You understand what I'm saying? I be on here pushing peace every day. My nigga, I will be pushing a different kind of peace. A whole different kind of peace I will be pushing, I promise. So it's like, yo, B, there's another C talking about babies and, you know, babies like, he seen a baby sucking on a bottle. You know what I'm saying? She had the whole bottle. Bro, all the grace I can, all this is all I can say in defense, and I'm not really trying to defend him. Sometimes we can't control the thoughts that pop into our mind. I've thought some foul things, not all kinds of foul things, violence, whatever, right? I'm not gonna get into that. But what do you say out your mouth? What do you act out? So you some may think you are your thoughts, but you not. Your actions are what you being judged by, because you can lie about your thoughts all day. You understand what I'm saying? So, could spare me that one, right? So I'm like, bro, why you joking like that? And a lot of comedians, in general, they may hide under the veil of jokes. And rappers too, they say and do disrespectful shit. They say it's just entertainment and all of that. But me being a rapper who has saw some success in the game, I understand the power of the words of a celebrity. Shit, not even a celebrity, the power of your peers, period. Like your parents can't, your parents have go through hell trying to get you trying to get you to do something that your friends could be like, yo, come here over here. You going to do? You going? Go do the same shit your mom's was like. You better not go do. Boy, you better get a job. Why I get a job, mom? All your friends get a job. You go get a job. You know what I mean? I understand the power of these words. I literally, me, rock from helter skelter, remember what New York was like when Jay-Z told you niggas you couldn't, that he didn't wear jerseys no more. He was 30 plus. Rock from Helter Skelter couldn't get in a club in New York with a jersey because a prominent voice said, I don't do that. It's not grown up. Niggas single-handedly brought down the value of gold and up the value of platinum and diamonds because he talked about them in his records. Rims. Single-handedly brought up the value of liquors. And so the influence that you may have, I mean, as I stated earlier, Martin Lawrence is one of those comedians. When he came out, Everybody on the streets who wasn't a real, not comedians, I'm talking about niggas in the streets, they adopted his style and his rhythm of comedy. You so crazy. All of that stuff, all of them catchphrases. Don't you know no good? All of that, bruh man. I got what I say in the song. Who's that creeping through my window? I will shoot the ish out of brother man from the fifth floor. Band rock for causing the panic after. We all, you understand what I'm saying? These colorful, creative, funny, or entertaining, whatever words from these colorful, creative, entertaining celebrity, these words carry more influence than a lot of us like to admit. So, bro, nah, I'm out. I'm at a point right now. Listen, I'm at a point right now where I understand. See, I'm in my 50s. I'm 52 years old, right? Like, I don't care if a girl is legal at 18. That's a baby to me. You 19, you 20. That's a baby to me. And I'm making this statement right now for for the world. I understand it's not illegal for you to be 40 something and messing with an 18, 19-year old. But if I understand it's not legal, and I understand a lot of people, I guess it might be normal to some or whatever, acceptable. It's not me. And if it's you, I can't run with you. I don't care who you is. We have to be we have to be better than that in my circle. We have to be better than that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. If you one of my homeboys and you be fucking with young bucket heads, and all of a sudden you see me, you feel like you can't get feel like all of a sudden you can't get me on the phone no more. Ask yourself, do you be dealing with young bucket heads? We can't do that, B. We got to be better than that. We can't leave room for that. When I was 21 or 22 years old, I was at a Greek fest. They used to have this thing called Greek Fest. I mean, y'all probably, whatever. They probably had them all over the place. But it was a big deal. It was on the beach. Niggas used to be performing, so on and so forth. And I went out there and I ran into, it's wild crowds. It was lit, hella lit, right? I don't even know if I had a record out yet. But what I do know is it was wild girls out there. And it was a girl that I went to that I knew from elementary school. I probably knew this girl from the first grade to the sixth grade or something like that, or one of those grades. So she knew exactly how old I was. And I said hi to her, whatever. I said, how you doing, blah, 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 regular shit, because I ain't seen her in years or whatever. And she literally threw me the alley-oop to her friend. Like, she put her friend on me, right? Or put me on to her friend. Her friend had all the body in the world. Ridiculous body. So, I'm not about, it's an event. It's a massive event. I'm not standing there talking to this girl, all night. We got to rap. We got to do network. We got to do all this stuff. So, I get Shorty number. We have a quick conversation. I get a number and proceed. Time passed. We talking to each other over the phone or whatever. We might have linked up. I don't remember clearly, right? But we might have, right? I'm having conversations with this thick woman. And every once in a while, she would say something that would make me go, whoa, 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 whoa. How old are you again? She like, I never told you. Well, you gonna tell me. I had to ask her a few times, right? But it finally got to the point I'm like, yo, no, you gonna tell me or else. You know what I'm saying? And she told me how old she was, and it was clipped. It's clipped. Can't do that, right? Shorty was like, yo, she respected it, but she was like, she like, I don't want to, like, she's a grown man. I mean, we all grown. She's married and, married with children and stuff now. So, you know what I mean? But like, it was like later on in life, me and Shorty linked up, right? You know what I mean? And we was cool, you know what I mean? But like, if she wasn't married with children, I would have her come verify this shit. Like, like, I'm not here to, bruh. Corey, I'm done. I can't, bro. I can't condone that. If you're around me and you on that type of energy, I'm moving myself away from you. You understand what I'm saying? All that Molly all in her drink, she ain't even know it. Y'all hanging with niggas who do that? If you do that, I can't know about it, bro. Nah, nah, B. The man's talking about if a woman, if a girl, if you get a girl pregnant that's 15, 16, 17, that'll be the healthiest baby in the. Well, leave that to a 15, 16, 17-year-old nigga. Thank you, Juice. Joyce. Trying to make me blush in here. I'm serious right now, God damn it. Word up, B. I think that's all I had. That's it. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get four peace signs. Craig Smith. It's my man. I rock with Craig Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that all of this shit be jokes, right? Like I believe that I believe that Corey I believe that Corey was just like I said, I was a fan all the way up until recently. You know what I'm saying? But he need to tell niggas he just joking. If he ain't joking and he would lay up with a 15 or nah. Craig Smith, I still rock with you. I ain't heard nothing crazy. Somebody sent me a clip. I ain't watch it yet, but I'm just saying a word to the wise be that ain't it, man. And niggas is funny enough to not do that. That is a, I mean, it's just it's a sensitive topic. Be like, like I understand it used to be cool. It used to be cool for crackers to call us nigga. It's not no more. It's not cool to play. It's not cool to play like that no more. Salute to all parties involved, even you, Corey. You got to do better, bro. I'm not speaking to you as a op, as a you know what I'm saying. I'm speaking to you as a black man, as a brother, as a nigga who could have been your homeboy. Like I really could have been your homeboy, and if we grew up in the same hood, but not with this, not like this. Rock on, yo.